Hey guys, OGalbina here, and it is time. BBR Season 8, our title defense season. For those of you who are new here, my name's Owen, and I play a lot, and I mean a lot, of Draft League. When you play as much as we do, you'll eventually stumble into some championships, and that happened here in the BBR for us last season. I really love holding the crown, and I'm not quite ready to let it go just yet. We will be doing our darndest to keep the title with us this season, alongside a new team. No, not just a new roster, which we'll be going over today, but also a new team name and logo. Introducing the Golden State Glades. I figured it was time to have a team based on my home state of California, and as a Warriors fan, it's perfect. Big shouts to John Jr. for the stellar work as always. Before we go into the draft analysis, let's talk about this BBR season's twist. Terastalization. The Generation 9 mechanic has been incredibly controversial in the Pokemon drafting scene. There really has been no universal ruling on the mechanic and how it should be approached, whether that be free Terra with Terra Preview or set typings. It is also incredibly polarizing in the draft scene. Many new players really love the mechanic, and many grumpy old heads, like myself, really don't enjoy it. My personal take is I don't think Terra is broken, it's just not very fun for me. Therefore, this season of the BBR, we will be banning the Terastalization mechanic and seeing if it makes Paldea decks feel even just a little bit better. With that being said, if you guys do enjoy this video and are hyped for the BBR Season 8 title defense run, be sure to drop a like on the video and sub if you haven't. It really helps out smaller creators like myself and helps us reach our goal of 5,000 by the end of the year. Alrighty, let's jump into the team. We were lucky enough to get first pick this season. I swear I didn't rig anything. Finally, we get to use Dragapult. Huh? What do you mean Dragapult was banned?
You banned it.
What do you mean I banned it? Well, shit. With guys like Dragapult, Spectre, and team captain from last season, Deoxys Speed banned, I figured now was a good time as ever to finally give Iron Valiant a try. The Fighting Fairy type is on everyone's list for one of the top Paldea Dex Draft League Pokemon, and for good reason. This guy has no switch-ins. Fighting Fairy hits so much of the game incredibly hard, only being resisted by poison types. For those poison types, we have strong psychic coverage on both sides and knockoff to remove their items. Valiant is an incredible mixed attacker, hitting very hard from both sides of the spectrum with 130 attack and 120 special attack. Oh, you plan on beating it offensively and outspeeding it for a KO. Good luck. Valiant has some great speed at base 116, which can also be boosted with the booster energy item. Booster plus Calm Mind or Swords Dance allows for great sweeping opportunities. Valiant is as versatile as it gets offensively, and honestly is so much better with Terra out of the picture. No more random Terra poisons from my opponents hopefully means that we can just click buttons. Downside of having the first pick is we have to wait forever for our next pick. However, the next big benefit is that we get to double up our picks back to back. This really allows us to ensure our team meshes together well, synergistically. When the draft came back to me in round 2/3, my approach was to get the next best mod on the board, and then find something in round 3 that paired well with it and Valiant. The first of these two Pokemon was Chiyu, another Generation 9 Pokemon I have not tried yet, and I figured this was the perfect time to do so. You guys know the fish. He comes in, clicks a stab, probably kills something. Not very versatile. You'll see Scarf sets, Spec sets, and once in a while Boot sets. Oh, and even more rarely, you'll see a Nasty Plot Flame Charge variant. However, we don't need versatility here. No. We just need the fish to click a button and force crazy damage on the opponent. Chiyu also deals very well with opposing bulky psychics, an archetype of Pokemon Valiant doesn't love. We paired our Chiyu pick with a Glimmora pick. Glim does a few things here. Firstly, it deals with fairies for Valiant. Having a good fairy resist on a team with Valiant is very, very important, especially when our fire doesn't resist fairy. Secondly, hazards. Glimmora is probably the second best hazard stacker in the Paldea decks behind Hammerot. Valiant and Chiyu love spikes, love T-spikes, and love stealth rocks. Glimmora does all three. While a hazard spot is what we use Glim for most of the time, don't sleep on the offensive set. Gaining access to Meteor Beam gave Glim the ability to sweep some teams with the Rock Polish. It also has incredible offensive coverage between its stabs, Earth Power, Energy Ball, and Dazzling Gleam. After about 3 years of waiting for our next wheel, we were finally up again. This round I wanted to shore up some of our defenses and acquire some important roles. First, we went Metagross. Meta fits great here for a multitude of reasons. First up, it gives us another great fairy resist, taking some pressure off of Glimmora. It also similarly takes off pressure from Glimmora in the sense that it gives us another stealth rocker. Meta is no slouch offensively either, hitting ridiculously hard. It also saw a nice buff in both Psychic Fangs and Knockoff being added to its move pool this gen. Now just please give him Shift Gear Game Freak, please. Alongside Metagross, we grabbed a perfect partner in Swampert. Swampert is phenomenal for its roll compression. It gives us a water, a ground, rocks, and a pivot with Flip Turn to get our scary offense in, which we were lacking to this point. Chi-Yu especially appreciates the grass type Swampert forces in. It also pairs perfectly with Metagross. It only has one weakness and a 4x grass weakness, which Metagross resists. Metagross also really appreciates Swampert's fire resistance, and while it isn't resistant to ground, it beats most of them handedly. There's also the possibility for bulk up and choice band variants. So while mostly defensive, Swampert can do some cool things and is a great piece. When I tell you guys that this draft was full of snipes, man, am I not exaggerating. So many plans went in and out the window in what felt like the blink of an eye. This is especially the case these next 4 rounds, but I think we ended up salvaging it well. First up, I really wanted some speed. Yes, we have Val, but another top tier speed set would be great for this team. I also want some hazard control, so Talonflame fit the bill perfectly. Talon is great here in giving us both of these roles, as well as some great priority with Gale Wings, another Fairy Resist, and also some great momentum with Swampert. Swampert forcing grasses pretty consistently, which allows Talonflame to come in and maintain momentum. I'm sure you've noticed a massive ground weakness, so in order to address that massive weakness, we went to Decidueye next. Decid gives us a much needed ground resist, but it also offers a ton more. It gives us another removal option if needed, more momentum to get in our offense, and a very much appreciated spin blocker. This really helps us keep up our hazards with Glimmora, facilitating our offense even better. Keeping up with the theme of fatter mons with offensive capabilities, Decid can very easily become the win con with either Nasty Plot or Swords Dance variants, alongside Shadow Sneak priority. Decidueye really is an incredible budget pick, especially for our build. We need some more offense. I know that sounds crazy with Valiant and Chi-Yu, but I don't want to ride or die on 2 Pokemon for my offensive win cons. This slot was so many different Pokemon that got sniped for me. Thundee, Dragonite, and even Porygon Z at a point. However, after all these guys went, we settled on Haxorus. In hindsight, I'm actually super happy we landed this guy. Offensively, it's incredible. We have so many options. Dragon Dance is a great win condition, Swords Dance Scale Shot massacres fatter builds, and we can also rock out with choice band sets, getting that DD power boost immediately. We can also even take advantage of full priority and first impression. On top of that is 2 great offensive abilities. Molt Breaker allows us to ignore annoying unawares, sturdies, and other abilities, while Unnerve takes away the possibility of resist berries coming into play, which is huge in Draft League. Lastly, with just 6 points remaining, I wanted to fill a big defensive hole in our build. Up to this point, we have 2 ice resists, Metagross and Chi-Yu. Well, 1. Chi-Yu doesn't resist anything. We also only have 2 water resists, Decidueye and Haxorus. Once again, Haxorus doesn't resist things. Therefore, the best 6-pointer available that fit these roles is Lantern. Yes, double water, blah blah blah. There are some redundancies between Swampert and Lantern, but I really appreciate its ice resistance and double immunities because of Volt and Water Absorb. I'm sure there will be matchups where it'll come up clutch, and Water is typically one of the better types to double up on. That is going to be our team for BBR Season 8, our title defense run. Let me know what you guys think of the team in the comments below. If you want to switch something up, who your favorite member on the team is, and let me know if you guys have any nickname themes. I think we're going to run back Jujutsu Kaisen, but I'm always open to change it too. But yeah, again, if you guys enjoyed, drop a like on the video. If you care, drop a sub. I'll see y'all next time. Later.